More than 20 people have reportedly been killed and several others seriously injured after heavily armed gunmen attacked Binpa community in Mangu local government area of Plateau State. The deadly assault reportedly occurred between midnight on Monday and the early hours of Tuesday, August 18, 2026, leaving residents terrified as attackers allegedly moved through the community while people were asleep. According to residents, the gunmen entered homes from house to house, forcing their way inside and attacking occupants. The scale of the reported killings has triggered fresh fears among residents of Mangu, with several people still reportedly missing following the attack. An eyewitness, Daniel Musa, who spoke about the incident, described the night as one of horror for the community.
Her grandchild, she was moved from Mirana village down here because of tension over there. She came here too. There's tension here. She was hearing gunshots everywhere. So because of the shock, she passed on.
He said heavily armed men descended on the village during the night and moved from one house to another. Our village came under attack last night and in the early hours of today, Tuesday, by heavily armed persons, Musa said. According to him, the attackers allegedly targeted residents inside their homes. They were moving from house to house, opening the doors of people who were sleeping and slaughtering them, he said. By Tuesday morning, residents were reportedly beginning to count the casualties. Musa said the community had confirmed more than 20 deaths, while several other people sustained serious injuries. He also disclosed that some residents were still missing, raising concerns that the casualty figure could increase as the community continues its search in an attempt to count for everyone. The reported attack has left families searching for relatives and neighbors, while injured victims are being taken to medical facilities for treatment. Another resident, John Diop, confirmed the attack and described the situation as terrible. He called on security authorities to act quickly and pursue those responsible for the violence. We expected the new commissioner of police in the state to act quickly and go after those responsible, Diop said. His appeal comes as residents demand stronger security around communities considered vulnerable to attacks in Mangu and other parts of Plateau State. Diop condemned the reported assault as barbaric and called on both the state and federal governments to strengthen security in affected communities. The latest attack has once again brought attention to the security challenges facing rural communities in Plateau State. For residents of Binpa, the immediate concern is the safety of those who survived the attack and the whereabouts of people who remain unaccounted for. Several injured victims were reportedly rushed to nearby hospitals after the attack. Community leaders and residents were also said to be working to establish the identities of those killed and locate people who may have fled their homes during the violence. The situation reportedly remained tense on Tuesday morning as residents assessed the extent of the destruction. Security operatives were reportedly deployed to the community after the attack. Their deployment was aimed at restoring calm and preventing further violence in the area. But residents are now looking to security agencies for a stronger presence in the community and surrounding areas. The attack reportedly began around midnight, a time when most residents were inside their homes and asleep. According to the eyewitness account, the attackers allegedly exploited the darkness and moved between houses, forcing their way inside. The reported nature of the attack has caused particular fear among residents because homes, which should ordinarily provide protection during the night, were allegedly attacked. Families are now dealing with the loss of loved ones, while others wait for information about relatives whose whereabouts remain unknown. The number of people injured is also expected to become clearer as hospitals and community leaders continue to document victims. For the people of Mangu, the demand is immediate: stronger security, protection for vulnerable communities, and actions against those responsible for the killings. Diop urged the authorities to urgently strengthen security around Mangu and other communities across Plateau State that could be vulnerable to similar attacks. The appeal extends to both the Plateau State government and the federal government. Residents want security agencies to identify those behind the attack and prevent further bloodshed. The reported deaths of more than 20 people in a single attack represents a devastating loss for the affected community. Families who went to sleep on Monday night reportedly woke up to the aftermath of a deadly assault. By Tuesday morning, the community was dealing with deaths, serious injuries, and reports of missing residents. The focus is now on emergency medical care, restoring security, and accounting for everyone affected. Security personnel were reportedly deployed to the area in response to the attack. Their presence is expected to help stabilize the situation and prevent additional attacks while investigations begin. However, residents are calling for more than a temporary security response. They want sustained protection for communities and decisive action against those responsible for attacks. The attack has once again placed Mangu local government area at the center of security concerns in Plateau State, as residents continue to search for missing persons and mourn those killed. The full extent of the tragedy is still emerging. The number of confirmed casualties could change as authorities and community leaders complete the assessment. At the time of the report, efforts to obtain an official reaction from security operatives were unsuccessful. Consequently, the accounts of the attack were based on information provided by residents and eyewitnesses. The reported assault has nevertheless left Bimpa community in deep shock. More than 20 people are reportedly dead, several others injured, and some residents still missing after the overnight attack. The immediate priority remains finding the missing, treating the injured, and ensuring that residents are protected from any further violence. For the people of Bimpa, the night of August 18 has become another painful chapter in the security challenges confronting plateaus and other communities in the state. And as the search continues, residents are demanding urgent action from the authorities to prevent another deadly attack. For more updates, stay with us on News Express. I am Cassie Tony.